vehicle, striking vehicle, and stuff. Remember saying that?
Yes.
What did you mean by stuff?
I don't know.
Can you explain to the jury sort of what a key cycle is and what are the different things that could trigger a key cycle?
Key cycle is essentially, so it's from the ignition cycle. Well, let's take that. Sorry. So a key cycle is essentially from when the vehicle's off, it's pressed on. It doesn't necessarily need to be running or turned on. It just needs to be turned on and then off again, and that would be one key cycle.
So let's start with the basics. This is a simple ignition switch. When you turn the key fully, you'll hear the engine start. After hearing it start, you'll release the key and it falls back to its on position. Then, of course, if you turn it back fully, it turns the car off. Now you can stick the key in and turn it simply to the on position. This is a key cycle. Then when you start the vehicle, this is an ignition cycle. All these cycles are recorded in logs. Every single time since the birth of the vehicle, every key cycle is recorded and logged. Even when you fully start the vehicle, creating an ignition cycle, there will always be a key cycle logged.
So take me down the road that's a little bit windy, to a place they still put sugar in their iced tea, where the women all fine and the love is fair. Yeah, driver, you can drive me off anywhere. Hey driver, pull on over, I'm in a fight with God. This Carolina shoulder seems the place I'm getting off. Daddy always told me, never make a home on the road while your lady's sneaking out and the kid.
I want to be clear. The reason that these numbers skip in your diagram, they don't go directly in order, right? Not every single number is in order on this left-hand column, because this is only a diagram of when triggering events occur, right?
Yes.
Something unusual about the operation of the vehicle, correct?
Yes.
Hey driver, I've been riding this lonely way too long. All the love I had worth giving was all spent on my songs. Hey driver, the boys are gambling with more than just their cars, with their bottles and their drugs and their Bibles in their hearts. So take me down a road that's a little bit windy, to a place they still put sugar in their iced tea, where the women are fine and the love is fair. Yeah, driver, you can drop me off anywhere. Yeah, driver, you can drop me off anywhere. Hey, driver, I've been feeling like there's no point at all. The Klonopin ain't kicked in and I missed my sister's call. Hey, driver, I'm so tired of the ways of this whole world. Just drive until the tires melt. We'll come back when it's here. So take me down a road that's a little bit windy, to a place they still put sugar in their iced tea, where the women are fine and the love is fair. Yeah, driver, you can drop me off anywhere. Yeah, driver, you can drop me off anywhere. Michael Trotter, yeah, driver, you can drop me off anywhere.
These cycles are recorded in logs. Every single time since the birth of the vehicle, every key cycle is recorded and logged. Even when you fully start the vehicle, creating an ignition cycle, there will always be a key cycle logged. Let me show you how we know this. Trooper Paul started the car, creating key cycle 1164 during his testing. Moving backwards in time, we know the next key cycle was when the SUV was drove off the tow truck and pulled into the police department's garage. This would be cycle 1163. When the police department took possession of Karen's car at her parents' home, they started the vehicle and drove it on the tow truck, creating cycle 1162. Continuing, earlier in the day, Karen and her dad started the vehicle and drove it from John's home to his home, creating cycle 1161. And going back one more time, when Karen left John's home at 5:07 to drive to Jennifer McCabe's home, this would have been key cycle 1160.
It had to get off the tow truck in Canton and be driven into the Sally Port. Did you ever see that video?
No.
Being driven in?
No.
If there was a video showing that the car was actually driven into the Sally Port, that would necessarily be a key cycle, correct?
Possibly.
Okay, so that would be key cycle 1163. My mistake, I was missing one, right?
Okay.
Before that, if the car was turned on and driven onto the flatbed to get to Canton, that would be key cycle 1162 in order, correct? We're going back.
It's possible.
All right. Before that, if the car was started and the car was driven from One Meadows Avenue to Karen Reed's parents' home in Dighton, that would be another key cycle, 1161, correct?
They're possible.
Before that, if the SUV was started and driven by Miss Reed from the garage at John O'Keefe's house to Jennifer McCabe's house at 5:07 in the morning, that would be another key cycle, correct? 1160. Is that right?
It's possible.
And before that, if the SUV was started and driven by Miss Reed to the waterfall, from the waterfall to 34 Fairview at approximately 12:15 a.m., that would be another key cycle, 1159, right?
It's possible.
Anyway, Michael Trotter, yeah, driver, you can tell me off anywhere. So take me down a road that's a little bit windy, to a place they still put sugar in their iced tea, where the women are fine and the love is fair. Hey driver, you can drop me off anywhere. Hey driver, you can drop me off anywhere.